This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, South Dunedin has had a chance to hear from local political candidates at a lunchtime meeting. A new survey into the habits of Southland air travellers might help increase the region's profile. And not everyone is convinced about the changes to the Dunedin bus service due to concerns they may be problematic for school pupils and the elderly. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. South Dunedin was treated to a chance to hear from local political candidates at a meeting held at lunchtime today. The South Today went along to hear what they had to say.
From today's turnout in South Dunedin's Blind Foundation Hall, a number of South Dunedin residents want to hear what their political candidates have to say. New Zealand First's Kerry Rushton made it clear with which party she would seek an alliance with after the election.
Labor knew that the Dunedin Hospital needed to rebuild. What was happening then? Why wasn't it actually made in legislation or plans made so that National couldn't change and it was done?
MP Claire Curran spoke of the social values that Labor stands for.
And for Labor, it's about the investment in the foundations of a functioning and healthy society, a public health system, a world-class education system, and housing, affordability, affordable and healthy, warm, dry housing.
Matthew Gregory of National mentioned their plans to combat rising sea levels flooding South Dunedin.
What we are doing is the DCC are going out there and they're doing a whole lot of investigations into Dunedin South and coming up with some solutions. And what the National Party will do is we'll sit down with the DCC and go through these solutions, and if they need some financial support, we'll help them.
While Nikki Bold stood in for the Greens' Shane Gallagher to explain their passion to fight climate change.
We need to reduce the amount of carbon that is going into our atmosphere. We need to commit to the Paris Agreement and actually do what we said we were going to do and not just fluff around at the edges because we think it's too difficult.
Those who missed today's speeches should encounter plenty more chances to hear more before the general election on 23rd September. Carol Baser, The South Today.
Police are searching for a Dunedin man who went missing in Queenstown on Monday. Queenstown police say 27-year-old Fabian Dobson was last seen just before 2 a.m. Monday morning, leaving a bar in Queenstown on Seal Lane. Police say he was wearing a black and white jacket, cream-coloured jeans and a white baseball cap. Anyone with information regarding Dobson's whereabouts is asked to contact police. A new survey into the habits of Southland air travellers might help increase the region's profile. That's according to Venture Southland, which has had the survey done and has just released official figures. Sharon Rees has more.
Leaving Invercargill from the city's airport is not the preferred option for almost half Southland travellers, who prefer the departure gates of Queenstown or Dunedin Airport. That's the bad news for airport owner the Invercargill City Council, but there's also a good side, according to Venture Southland's Steve Kenny.
We're doing some comparative analysis at present, and we're going to use this to plan future itineraries and the like. So, and obviously we'll be discussing and sharing this with airlines and so on, just to help them to improve their capacity and on these key routes, and also to help with future planning, not only residential planning, but not only business and resident travel, but also freight planning and so on.
The research provides an insight into the preferences of 238 Southland businesses and 886 air passengers.
What it showed was that 57% of all business and residential travel is through Invercargill, 43% is through Dunedin or Queenstown, with around about 34% through Queenstown and about 9% through Dunedin.
Kenny says the information enables Venture Southland to advocate for increased capacity on existing flights and the development of flight times better suited to tourism products.
Recent investment by the H.W. Richardson Group and others has really created some new product offerings, but more and more people are wanting to go to Stewart Island and Catlins and Southern Scenic Route and various other locations. So it is possible that we may be seeing new itinerary options to accommodate some of those growing trends and needs.
He says the information collected will be provided to stakeholders in the region to open up discussion for future planning. I'm Sharon Rees for The South Today.
Construction delays of Wanaka's new $12.2 million swimming pool have pushed back the opening date. The pool next to the Wanaka Recreation Centre was due to open in March, but is now scheduled to be ready by May next year. Queenstown Lakes District's Council Sport and Recreation Manager Simon Batrick says the foundations and stainless steel pool walls are in place and the building frames are due to be erected in the coming weeks. He says progress on the pool had been positive, although the project team had to overcome a few unforeseen challenges. The Otago Regional Council has been publicising upgrades to their bus service, but not everyone is convinced about the changes. Some community residents have accused the council of glossing over service cancellations, which they say will particularly affect school pupils.
Liz Angelo is a regular user of Dunedin buses, and she is unhappy about cuts to bus services in the central city and surrounding suburbs.
The bus changes are not good for everybody. This is a problem. We're getting the message from the staff at the Regional Council that they're new and improved and fast. In fact, some of them have stopped altogether.
Angelo's regular route, number 60, was recently cancelled.
I have to wait an hour now to get a bus from my home to the nearest shop.
She feels claims are not providing the full picture about bus cancellations. Cancellation, she says, will also affect school students.
We've got 5 educational institutions around Arthur Street area, and those families, they could all walk to school. But of course a lot of children come from other areas to those educational institutions.
Otago Regional Council staff attended a public meeting hosted by bus users support group Otepote Dunedin to explain the September overhaul of many public transport services to passengers. Resident Sharon Rottmitz says changes mean her children at Logan Park High School will have a bus transfer, and she will have to drive them to catch the new Ridge Runner service from Highgate.
The bus that they get outside Logan Park now is not picking them up, so they're going to have to walk for ages to go and catch a bus to get home. Now in the winter that's not going to be ideal, and I've got the idea of getting more people on buses rather than people driving cars, and I'm not saying to speak myself, I know there's a lot of other families up around Helensburgh, Wapari where we live, that kids go to Logan Park High School, so they catch the bus there and back.
As well as timetables and route changes, other changes include a move to urban on-peak services every 15 minutes. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, younger cyclists will soon have their own loop track to ride on at one of Queenstown's newest subdivisions, and 2 people were injured in a 2-car crash on State Highway 1 south of Dunedin last night.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Feel the soothing effects of Sunny Chin's back manipulation and crystal therapy. 1 hour half price special for the month of September. Normally $110, now $55. Book your session today.
If you're staring at empty walls, stare no longer. The Dunedin Art Show has arrived. Visit Dunedin's largest ever art show and take part in Otago's art sales event of the year. View and buy original artworks from established and emergent New Zealand artists. Thousands of artworks priced from $50. Opening night gala Thursday the 21st of September, with show days from Friday the 22nd to Sunday the 24th from 10 a.m. at the Edgar Centre, Andersons Bay. Visit thedunedinartshow.co.nz for tickets and more info.
University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Dane. Not now, man. I'm panicking.
Come on, mate. I know just what you need.
In here?
No. Is this it?
No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
Welcome back. Younger cyclists will soon have their own loop track to ride on at one of Queenstown's newest subdivisions. Shotover Country Development Manager Kristen Stalker says the new $65,000 junior loop track should be finished by the end of this month. The 300 square metre track at Richmond Park is aimed at 4 to 6 year olds and will include a ramp, a racetrack and other features to help younger children gain confidence. Stalker says it can be a bit challenging for smaller children, but he hopes it will increase their confidence. 2 people were injured in a 2-car crash on State Highway 1 south of Dunedin last night. Emergency services were called to the passing lanes near Allington around 8:30 last night, according to a police spokeswoman. One car ended up in a ditch, trapping the driver, who was freed and taken to Dunedin Hospital in a serious condition. The other car remained on the road, blocking one lane. Its driver was also taken to Dunedin Hospital with moderate injuries. A new shop has been opened in Invercargill to help fill an estimated 340 job vacancies in Southland. For just 1 week, the Southland Pop-Up Job Shop is offering assistance for anyone looking to join the Southland workforce. Sharon Rees has the story.
Job seekers in Invercargill are being given a helping hand in the city centre this week. The Southland Pop-Up Job Shop is a collaboration between Ventures Southland, Southern Directions Career Consultants and the Southland Chamber of Commerce. It opened on Monday with free advice on careers, CVs and help on ways job seekers apply for jobs.
This is an opportunity for people to just see at a glance all the jobs that are available in Southland this week. So it's a snapshot in time, and we estimate that we've got probably around about 340 jobs as of today.
Beckham says visitors to the shop have been surprised by the number of jobs available and the range of vacancies.
We've got 16 job boards now with jobs on, and we're updating them as the week goes by. Just this morning I printed off another 27 jobs from Trade Me and Seek. Really wide range. A lot of dairy farming jobs, primary processing jobs, right up to managing directors, jobs for young people without experience, just a really wide range.
She says the job shop has attracted attention from hundreds of Southlanders who are all looking for something different.
We've had mums in with their teenagers, and we've had older people looking for a change of career. We've had seasonal workers looking for full-time. We've had international students who love Southland and want to stay here after they've finished at SIT. A really wide range of people.
The pop-up job shop is at 54 Tay Street and will be open until Saturday, September 9. I'm Sharon Rees for the South Today.
Last Saturday saw alpacas on display at the Christchurch AMP showgrounds. The South Today went and had a look at the show.
Alpacas are South American camelids, renowned for their fine wool. It might sound a little politically incorrect, but Saturday's show was a calibration contest, where the animals are judged solely on their colour. There is more to judging alpaca colour than meets the eye, as event convener Case Rietveld explained.
It's black versus black, grey versus grey, brown versus brown, and so there's a supreme in each colour. So as a result, in most shows you always get one supreme. In this particular show we would have 14 supremes, so you've got your fancies, your browns, your whites and all those.
Visiting judge and West Australian alpaca breeder Lynn Dixon was impressed with the quality of the animals on display.
The competition today is really very strong. I've been so far through all the suris, all the colours, and now I'm up to brown wakaias at the moment, and the quality is really first class. it's the browns that I just judged were really superb.
The chilly Canterbury wind and showers made conditions unpleasant for the owners, but the shaggy alpacas seemed not to be at least bothered by the weather. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, the Department of Conservation calls for help in finding people who removed a whale's beak with a chainsaw in Greymouth, and parts of State Highway 1 through North Dunedin are being torn up to create a new cycleway.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books, with the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years, bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Feel the soothing effects of sunny chins, back manipulation and crystal therapy. 1 hour half price special for the month of September. Normally $110, now $55. Book your session today.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Just think, 80 years ago, this year, my grandfather set up Alex Campbell Menswear right on Cargill's Corner in South Dunedin. We've had some great years, bringing Otago and Southland the very best of menswear for both business and everyday needs.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Sir Coppolas, a crossroads between imagination and reality, limits and possibilities. Described as Cirque du Soleil's hipper, sexier cousin. Don't miss this extraordinary show. At the Region, 23rd to 26th November. Book now.
Thanks for staying with us. The Department of Conservation says a 5-metre greysed beaked whale that was found on a Greymouth beach had its beak removed with a chainsaw, possibly on Saturday. It is an offence to take a whalebone or any part of a marine mammal without a permit. DOC Ranger Glenn Newton also warned rotting whales can carry diseases that contaminated skin and clothing. Anyone who has information about the removal of the whale's beak, including who might be responsible, was asked to call the Department of Conservation. Parts of State Highway 1 through North Dunedin are being torn up to create a new cycleway. The current bike lane has been replaced in the hope of making cyclists safer. Gus Patterson went along to have a look.
Cumberland Street in North Dunedin is getting the first part of Dunedin's cycleway makeover.
The road network has been a black spot for cyclists, with several fatalities in recent times. It is hoped the new lanes will keep people on bikes safer by separating them from other traffic. The route will span both directions of the one-way system, from Dunedin's Botanic Garden to Queen's Gardens. It is hoped the project will be complete around this time next year, to the tune of between $5 and $10 million. Gus Patterson, The South Today.
Yesterday, the Mayor of Ashburton plus several councillors took to the local streets on mobility scooters. The South Today went along for the ride.
Ashburton's mayor and 6 councillors got to spend some time traversing the streets and footpaths of their town in mobility scooters yesterday. The objective being to better understand issues facing those who use scooters on a daily basis. After instructions from Marty Goodwin of Mobility Solutions, the group travelled to Ashburton streets. The issue of visibility quickly became apparent to Councillor Diane Rawlinson.
Crossing West Street, where there's no traffic lights, is a nightmare. And on down low like this, I had to creep right out to see past the bushes along the railway before I could even see that the lane was clear.
The group traversed Ashburton's historic rail bridge and they experimented with driving up building ramps.
And we just went to the Winds office because I've recently heard how difficult it is to get into the Winds office.
So I could ride this one up the ramp, but I couldn't get in the door.
Yeah. So we have learnt a lot, and obviously mobility access is something that we need to think about for our roads, for our footpaths, and also we were surprised at the number of tree limbs that were causing a problem, weren't we?
Tree roots.
Tree
roots.
Even though Ashburton is blessed with being flat, it seems it still could go some way in being mobility scooter friendly. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. Hi, Phil.
Hi. Going to pop around different parts of the paper today. Skip the sport and go to the fresh pages. The big recipe on Cooking 101 on the enchilada lasagna, which look really nice. Yeah. It's really nice. So if it's about your tea time, that'll moisten the taste buds.
I think you should bring us in a sample tomorrow night.
Well, if I cooked it, maybe that's not a good idea.
It's Cooking 101, it must be okay.
Okay, I'll have a crack. Now, the fashion, Vicky Taylor Blair of Dunedin, and some of her pictures of her fashion. She did very well in the Hokanui Fashion Awards, so there's a feature about her. And over the page, there's several recipes under the heading Vegan Comfort Food.
Nice.
So obviously that's not going to be full of eggs and milk and stuff like that. So that's something for viewers to keep an eye on.
I'll have to check that out. Sounds like nice snacks.
Yes, indeed. And I thought pop down to the opinion pages where Gwyn Dyer, his world views are always very interesting because they give a perspective to big issues. And he's looking at North Korea and the nukes question, basically saying that the United States has got nowhere to go. And we're going to have to live with the fact that North Korea is going to have a nuclear deterrent. So on that page, Anna Campbell writes a column every second Wednesday, and she's always worth a read. You know, she's a local businesswoman and scientist. The News Front, National Anglers Group, has put out a list of New Zealand's lost rivers. Those are the rivers where you can no longer, they say you can no longer fish, and there's a couple of big Otago rivers on that list.
Oh, that's something that's very topical at the moment with the
it's
political
very topical.
debate
It's
as
very
well.
topical, one way or another.
Yeah.
And why not, seeing we're popping around the paper, why not go to page 2, The Wash. Dave Cannon's back for tomorrow. And I just asked him before what the main topic was, and he said he's had a query from readers about Dunedin as a centre for manufacturing nails. So
nails?
He's asked,
as in
nails
yep.
that you bang with a hammer. So he's asked readers for some help about Dunedin's manufacturing of nails and the history thereof. So Dave's trying to, so to speak, nail that particular question.
Nice. Well, thanks, Phil. And now it's time for a look at what's happening at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Collagen Plus.
Today's Southern View is people working on signage in Dunedin and the sunny foreshore at Lake Wakatipu. Looking at the situation, strong westerly airflow blows over the South Island today and will remain throughout the week. Slowly getting cooler, expect plenty of rain in the west, but mostly dry weather in the east. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden, northwesterlies showers and 12. Catlins can expect northwesterlies, high cloud and 14. To the central outlook, Alexandra northwesterlies, cloud and 14. Te Anau northwesterlies, rain and 11. Queenstown and Wanaka northwesterlies, brief rain and 13 degrees. To the northern outlook, Oamaru northwesterlies, cloud and 15. Timaru northwesterlies, cloud and 17. Omarama and Twizel northwesterlies, brief rain and 13. And here in Dunedin tonight, cloudy with northerlies with an overnight low of 9. Tomorrow mostly fine with sunny periods and cloud and westerly winds, but a few spits of rain possible during the afternoon, 14 and 8. And the same for Thursday, 13 and 8 degrees. And in Invercargill tonight, cloudy with showers and northwesterly winds with an overnight low of 8. Tomorrow changeable on Wednesday with rain spreading from the west at times, but some fine periods too, becoming cooler with strong westerly winds, 14 and 8. And it's the same for Thursday with a high of 12 and a low of 6. And that's our news for this Tuesday. For the latest news from the South Today team, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.